Hi guys, so in this video I wanted to do another sort of unboxing. This is a DVD boxing of a series of films that I sort of really, not quite grew up with, but really sort of got into a bit later on in life. And yeah, I absolutely think these films are absolutely awesome, particularly the first three. And today I wanted to take a look at the DVD box set of George Romero's Box of the Dead. Yeah, so this contains the first 5 of his zombie movies, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and Diary of the Dead. No survival, as this box set was released before Romero completed that film. So yeah, just wanted to take a look at the artwork on this and open it up and take a look at the discs. And yeah, this is a really, really good box set. I've not seen a lot of people talking about this box set, so if you pick this up or remember having it, if you upgraded to Blu-ray or 4K, any of these films, let me know, because I think this set sort of really went under the radar. Not a lot of people picked it up, not a lot of people knew about it. I got this on my 18th birthday. I'm 30 years old now, so I've had this for quite a long time, and I really, really dig it and really dig how this looks. I've got no plans to upgrade these films at all. I'm very, very happy with the DVDs of them. But yeah, I know Night of the Living Dead's had a Criterion release. Dawn of the Dead has that absolute fabulous looking 4K set. And I think Day of the Dead, I think we've just had an Arrow Blu-ray of that, which I think is just the current version we've got, which is just absolutely sky-high priced wise now. I did see Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead in CEX in town. I think it was about £60 for the pair of them together. I was just like, no way. That is just way too much. But I don't really want to upgrade these films anyway. But my particular favourites are the first 3. I think they're a great trilogy, but they don't really work as a trilogy. They're not like a beginning and middle of end story. They're just sort of like 3 zombie apocalypses in 3 different settings with 3 different sets of characters. Land of the Dead's okay. Diary of the Dead I really didn't like that much. But yeah, I'm going to get straight into the box and going to take a look at the artwork on it, and I think this looks absolutely amazing. I love the contrast of the red and black. I just think it looks awesome. Look at the spine as well. And at the back, doesn't really give too much away. If you want to have a read of the back, just pause the video now. Yeah, and a list of the run times of all 5 films in the set. Look at the bottom and at the top and at the sort of inner spine. So yeah, I really, really love how this set looks. I'll get into the films individually as we open it up along, but yeah, really, really dig how this looks. And yeah, I think these types of movies are where Romero really, really shined, in my opinion. Not to say he didn't have some great ones outside the zombie genre. I really like Monkey Shines. Night Riders is okay. I wasn't a big fan of the Crazies, if I'm honest, but yeah, some of his other stuff's pretty good as well, but these for me are where he's really in his element. So, I think it's best to open it from the back here, so we get this sort of really nice looking pictures for each film sort of on the back as we go along. So the first one, these are obviously from Night of the Living Dead. And we get Dawn of the Dead, and I'll show the rest as we open it up along. This sort of gives away a big spoiler in the film. I won't say which if you've not seen it, but yeah, it's great looking work though. Really, really is. Lovely artwork how they've put it together. So as we open it up, there's the artwork as well from Day of the Dead, and we get the disc for Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and we get some artwork for Land of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and the artwork for Diary of the Dead, and then we get the last 2 films as well. Landon Diary. So yeah, they're all the artwork on the discs. I think these discs look absolutely amazing. Even for just like standard DVD, they really, really pop. So if you take each disc out, you sort of get more artwork underneath of just like a zombie that appeared in that film. So yeah. Trying to not get a cast reflection in it. And we just sort of get like the detailed extras on top as well. Commentaries, things like that. So I would have to say I love the original three. They're just absolutely brilliant films in my opinion. Touching on Night of the Living Dead first, for me that is a movie with a set of balls on it. Yeah, just wow. Absolutely has this incredible ending to it, which I won't dare spoil. Very groundbreaking film as well. With casting a black lead, pretty much. Just absolutely brilliant. And I love how I've heard, like in interviews with the late Romero, I've heard interviews with him saying, people asked him, like, oh, was it your idea and your plan to have a black lead in your film? And his response was always, no, he was just the best actor we saw for that role. That's why we cast him. It wasn't really ever planned that way. But the movie just sort of comes across as this really, really great sort of groundbreaking film. As I said, the end of it, though, just, you didn't expect it. I'm not going to spoil it, but it doesn't have a happy ending. But yeah, it's very, very anti-Hollywood, in my opinion, and just feels like a film the filmmaker wanted to make and didn't have, had the benefit of not having studio interference, in my opinion. So yeah, Night of the Living Dead, it looks great. It's really quite creepy in places as well, particularly involving this family with the mother, father and daughter. Yeah, really, really unsettled me, that stuff. The music in it, just, oh god, the shrieks, the callbacks in it as well, with Barbara and Jonathan, when that happens, oh, it freaked me out for years. Yeah, I did not know that Jonathan comes back. I thought it was a completely different person in that scene, but yeah, it really, really made me see the film in a different light. So yeah, absolutely love Night of the Living Dead. Very, very creepy film. So, my opinions on Dawn of the Dead. I think this is the best film out of all five of them. I think it's the well made. The main focus for me are the characters. You really, really root for these four individuals that end up stranded in this shopping mall. I love the dialogue in this film. It is just superb. That we got this by the ass line. I use that all the time. Another one of my favourite lines is the helicopters coming to land. If you've seen the film, there's a scene where, Steven says, we can't land there. There's too many of those things down there. And then Peter just has this look on his face and he just goes, it wasn't one of those things that nearly blew me away. And I absolutely love that line, and I love the reaction. It is just so good. It's a very, very difficult film for me to rewatch, though, because I saw it when I was 7 years old the first time I saw it, which is a big no-no. It really, really got under my skin and freaked me out. I grew up with a lot of like Disney movies and used to having my movies that I watched have happy endings. This does not have a happy ending. It has an ending, but it doesn't have a happy ending. It doesn't have the ending I expected it to have, and it really freaked me out that it didn't get this resolution that I thought it was going to get. But yeah, the characters in it are the main focus. The effects, you can tell, Tom Savini really was pushing boundaries with them, and that he didn't quite get the effects he wanted to get. But with the next film, Day of the Dead, he perfected those effects. He got them spot on, and it's his masterpiece in my opinion. Just absolutely brilliant makeup in that movie. Absolutely superb. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead, do yourself a favour. If you've got like 2.5 hours, it's a long film, but it doesn't feel long. It goes really quickly. Check it out. It's one of the best zombie films ever made. So moving on to Day of the Dead. This one got a lot of, I think, backlash when it came out because it wasn't like Dawn of the Dead. It wasn't what people were expecting. It's a lot more, what should I say, reserved. I think this film with its setting, it takes place in majority of it in an underground bunker. But when the zombies kick in and when they're there, you really feel their presence. As I said, the makeup in this movie is spot on. It is superb. The final act of this film is nothing but balls to the walls insanity, blood, gore, everything you could want. It's in there. It's absolutely great. And I believe that this was Romero's favourite film of the series that he made. And, he really sort of appreciated that it took quite a number of years for people to get into it and really sort of see what he was going for. And I think his second favourite film was Survival, and he was sort of waiting for people to get back on that. I've not seen Survival yet, though. I've heard mixed things about it. I will check it out one day. But, yeah, Day of the Dead, it just... the effects in it are the star for me. Just absolutely superb. So... moving on to Land of the Dead. I actually went to see this at the cinema when it came out. A couple of lads from school, we went to see it, and we were the only ones in there. It was, terrifying for 15-year-old me. I thought it was just really creepy. The film for me on rewatch doesn't really hold up that well. They were sort of taking the zombies in a different direction with this sort of leader. They were learning how to use tools and things. It really just sort of... I didn't really like the direction it was going. It's an okay movie, though, as well. It's got some good effects in it, and it's great to see Dennis Hopper in this as well. But, yeah, it's just a movie that I think's okay, which is a shame. I would have liked it to be a lot better. Diary of the Dead, I really don't like at all. There's a couple of good scenes in it where the zombies... couple of characters turn into zombies. Like, I thought that was pretty good, but I didn't really like how it was made. I didn't really like how it was looked. The opening scene was quite creepy though as well. But yeah, again, this film sort of makes you feel sympathy for the zombies rather than the humans. But I just didn't really like it. It didn't really do much for me. But those first three movies are just brilliant in my opinion. So yeah, that's my look at the Box of the Dead. So yeah, as I said, let me know if you guys have ever had this in your possession or picked it up. I would love to know because I think this sort of went under the radar a little bit. I don't know how well it sold or anything like that, or whether lots of people picked it up, or if you still have it. Just let me know. I've got no plans on selling this. This is my go-to for these movies. I still think they look good on DVD, really, to be honest. I've got no plans to update them. I just absolutely love this set. So, yeah, I'll leave the video there, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll say if you have enjoyed it, please think about subscribing if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I'll leave it there and stay and say take care and stay safe. So yeah, thanks very much again. I'll see you soon.